Hey Premier Planet, Justin Barlow here, and I'm here to fill you in on all the action you might have missed if you weren't able to come out to Woodstock this last Saturday for our 205th studio taping. We opened the evening with a non-title match, the world exclusive and PPW World Heavyweight Champion Matt Vine versus Kim Chi. Now Matt Vine, he was off from the title defenses for the week, but he opted to compete anyway, always wanting to be a fighting champion, always wanting to stay in that peak physical condition to remain a fighting champion. Matt Vine is able to seal the deal on Kim Chi after a hard-fought battle with a pile driver, 1, 2, 3. Matt Vine picks up a victory in non-title action in the evening's opening contest. After that, tag team match. If you remember, a number of weeks ago, the young hotshot and Premier Academy standout Anakin was put on the shelf with an injury at the hands of Inestra and Sensei. Well, at PPW 205, Anakin was back, and he teamed with Chase Gosling to take on the team of Inestra and Sensei. Now, Chase and Anakin were in control at one point, but as you can see from the video, they try and shoot Inestra and Sensei into each other. Inestra and Sensei do a little do-si-do of sorts, end up pinning both Anakin and Chase, and thanks to a handful of tights, Inestra and Sensei pick up the victory in tag team action. But because of the controversial finish to that match, there has been a rematch assigned, or at least there was a rematch assigned, between Anakin and Chase taking on Inestra and Sensei. However, we found out that unfortunately Inestra will not be able to compete this coming Saturday night, and as we'll get to a little later, Anakin, well, he has something else on his plate coming up this Saturday night, so instead of the tag team match, it's going to be one-on-one action, Sensei versus Chase Gosling. And there is a background to this match we will get into a little bit later. You're going to find out why these two are going to go one-on-one this Saturday night. Following that match, it was a rematch from last Saturday night. Sky Blue and 0-4. But 0-4, well, it didn't look like the same 0-4 from 1 week ago. This 0-4 was bigger and had quite a hairstyle on him, if you ask me. Sky even aired her suspicions about this in the ring. Connor swore high and low it was the same 0-4 and that he'd been doing the Connor Stenix or the Connor patented workout program, whatever he called it. But in the end, Sky Blue is able to pick up a victory over 0-4 with a DDT, and now Connor Core has to put up or shut up because he has to face Sky Blue this Saturday night at PPW 206. And then when we came back from intermission, it was time to start the 2018 Contendership Challenge. Now let me break down the rules if you weren't able to catch any of the details we put out there this week on our social media outlets. The way this worked, participants drew numbers at random before the taping. 2 competitors started the match. Elimination rules applied. Eliminations could occur by way of pinfall, submission, or by throwing your opponent over the top rope and to the floor below. And the winner, the last man standing, would become the #1 contender and would receive a title shot this coming Saturday night at PPW 206 against the world exclusive Matt Vine. The match started with Levi and Jose Acosta, 2 up-and-coming standouts from the Premier Academy who, if you remember, in recent weeks, both worked their way into World Heavyweight Championship matches. Both came up short in those contests, so both of them getting another opportunity to reach that main event status here in PPW. But at the end of the first round, Levi was able to defeat Jose with a sunset flip. But then the next participant, the Science Marcus Smith, wastes no time getting into the ring. He jumps Levi, gets a jump start on the action, and Marcus is able to defeat Levi when he rolls him up, and thanks to a handful of tights, get a pinfall over the young standout. But then Marcus had to compete against Not Bad Chad, who's been on a roll here in PPW, and Chad was able to defeat Marcus by launching him over the top rope and to the floor. Again, top rope eliminations apply in this challenge. Marcus the Science Smith is out, and then Chad has to deal with the crafty Connor Core. Now Connor, as we would expect, takes a few shortcuts here and there in the match, and he's able to pin Not Bad Chad and move on to the next round. But Conor then had to contend with Sensei, who, despite anyone's opinions of him and his alliance with Inestra, is definitely one hell of a competitor here in PPW. And Sensei moves on in the challenge when he defeats Conor by making him tap out to a cross arm breaker. But then Sensei, who comes out to challenge him? None other than the hunk with the tree trunks, Chase Gosling. Obviously, the bad blood boiling over between these two because their feud that includes Anakin and Inestra. This match went on for quite a while, both of these guys exchanging the advantage, but Chase is able to actually get Inestra up into the Saturday Night Special. That didn't end the match. Sensei was able to execute a low blow, but that didn't stop Chase. He was able to roll Sensei up, get a 1-2-3, win the round, but before Sensei left, he gave Chase a parting gift in the form of another low blow, and this allowed the next participant, Inestra, to get right into the ring and cover Chase for a quick pinfall. Chase is out, and we're down to the final round. It's Inestra and the final participant, Anakin. Now in this final round here, both of these guys, Inestra is a former PPW World Heavyweight Champion. Anakin has been to that main event before, knows what it takes to get a PPW World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. And at the end of this match, after both of these guys really just tore into each other, Anakin is able to take Inestra out over the top rope, and Anakin stands tall as not only the winner of the 2018 Contendership Challenge, but the new #1 contender to Matt Vine's Premier Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. They're going to compete with the belt on the line in the main event this Saturday night. Also coming up this Saturday night, as I mentioned before, one-on-one between Chase Gosling and Sensei. Chase really wants to get some payback for those low blows that cost him the #1 contendership in the Contendership Challenge. And after weeks of talking, Sky Blue finally gets Conor Core in the ring this Saturday night, looking to get a little payback from several weeks ago and the insult that he delivered to her at PPW 200. So Premier Planet, once again, I want to thank you all for your constant support of us here at Premier Pro Wrestling. Remember to check us out all over social media. Remember to visit us at premierprowrestling.com. Click that on-demand link. Start your 2-week free trial of our on-demand streaming service today. After that, it's just $4.99 per month. I'm Justin Barlow. We will see you folks out here this Saturday night for PPW 206.